Hi everybody and welcome back. Today's video is going to be an extreme kitchen organize and declutter with me. When I say my kitchen is trashed, it is a major understatement. All of my cabinets are too full. I have too much stuff. The space is just not being utilized in a smart way. So today we're going to check this project off of our to-do list and organize everything. This is a great project to add to a spring cleaning to-do list or just to give your kitchen a nice refresh. I have cabinets that don't close all the way, things fall out of the cabinets, my drawers are too full, some of them won't close all the way, things were falling out of the drawers, behind them, into the cabinets, like everything is just a mess. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into things and start organizing. So the first thing I'm doing is taking everything out of the cabinet and I'm doing the kitchen in sections. So I'm doing just one cabinet at a time so it's not so overwhelming. The cabinet I'm starting with has my glasses and coffee cups. So I've taken things out and organized it on the countertop. Things we're keeping, holiday glasses and cups that can go away, and then there are items that we've donated. So that's what I'm going to do with pretty much each section of the kitchen, is take everything out, organize it, and then once I have all the items that I'm keeping, I'm going to put them back in the cabinets in a way that makes sense for us. And hopefully the kitchen will stay organized. That's always the hardest part about organizing things, is trying to keep it that way. So we'll see. For some reason, this cabinet is always super messy. This is where I try to keep my kids' medicines, their cups, sippy cup pieces, things like that. But it always ends up being like a catch-all cabinet and just random things get thrown up there. So I'm really hoping that the way that we have things organized now in the kitchen stays that way, and hopefully this cabinet stops getting super trashed. Is it just me, or does anybody else notice that they end up with way more lids than Tupperware containers, or maybe vice versa for some people? For me, I felt like I was drowning in lids and didn't have any Tupperware containers to go with them, so I decided to just donate the mismatched Tupperware to someone in the neighborhood who wanted them, and I just bought a fresh set from Target to start over. But I don't know what it is about the Tupperware. Same thing with socks out of the dryer. You guys will notice me trying to vacuum out my drawers and cabinets with my vacuum with no attachments on it. That's because my kids like to play with them and they're nowhere to be found. So hopefully they show up again one day. So I completely changed where everything was at in all of our drawers, and boy, oh boy, has it thrown us for a loop. We have not been able to remember where anything is since moving things around. I think it's been a couple weeks now since the silverware drawer has changed, and we just can't remember that it's there. It's like we moved in all over again. So I bought this clear drawer at Target, I do believe. I'll try and link it down in the description box below. I bought it specifically for my baking items and KitchenAid parts, and I have it stored on the floor in our pantry underneath our bottom shelf, and it works great at eliminating some of the clutter in the drawers. Cookie cutters and things like that are just so bulky and they get stuck on each other. So this really helped to keep things organized, and I'm super glad that I decided to do this. These drawers also, I think, are stackable, so you could use these for tons of different things storage wise. It's a great purchase. So on this day, I tackled our junk drawer. The drawer you're seeing here used to be our old silverware drawer. It's a little bit bigger than our junk drawer now, so I switched them. So hopefully with more space, it won't turn out like this again. So I went through everything, took out the trash, put things back where they needed to go, just random things that have been thrown in there. And what was left that we needed to keep in that drawer, I moved to the old silverware drawer in those little pink containers, which were from Target. Again, I'll try to link things down below in the description box for you. I also went back and added a couple of white Dollar Tree bins just to hold on to some of the loose things that I had stored in there. But so far, so good. The junk drawer has stayed organized and it looks much nicer than before. Also, let me know in the comments down below, do you have a junk drawer or is it just me? Because I always grew up having a junk drawer. I feel like it's normal to have one, but maybe not. So let me know in the comments down below if you guys have a junk drawer, and if you don't, where do you store all your random little things? All right, so now all of the drawers are done, so I'm going to move on to the cabinets down below. This holds all of our small appliances, and guys, I have 5 waffle makers. I have a regular waffle maker, a waffle maker that makes cars, a heart waffle maker, a pumpkin waffle maker, and then I guess it's technically not a waffle maker, it's a mini pancake maker, but anyways, 5 of them. So it's those holiday ones that get me, and the car one from Hobby Lobby. Couldn't pass it up. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and keep organizing and tackle some of these lower cabinets. And back to the Tupperware situation. This is my Tupperware cabinet. Look at how messy it is. My junk drawer was so full and so messy, it spilled out of the back of the drawer and into the cabinet. Major disaster, but it's all fixed. It's all better now, and so far nothing has gotten messy like this again. But this cabinet was so messy, which is shocking because I'm pretty sure it's my smallest cabinet. So these are the new Tupperwares I got from Target. Like I said, I'll link them down below. So far, I really like them, and I think that they were a pretty good deal. So this cabinet wasn't super messy, but it was one of my favorites organization-wise. I bought some of the little wire racks from Dollar Tree that are used for like stacking your dishes or something like that. And I slid my pans into them instead of stacking them up on one another. And I think it looks really nice, so much cleaner, and I won't risk messing up my pans, which is nice. So this cabinet wasn't my favorite just because it was kind of difficult to try and figure out how to organize everything, but I used some more of the wire racks to slide some of my pans, baking sheets, cutting boards into, and that really helped to utilize the space in a way better way than before, which was just throwing everything in and stacking it up. But it still looks really organized and it's much more practical. This cabinet I think was my most time consuming. It's my spice cabinet, so major organization going on here. I moved my protein powders and coffees, things like that, to this cabinet, and used a different cabinet for my spices because this corner cabinet is really deep. So it just doesn't make sense to have a bunch of little spices in there because everything just gets all pushed around and messed up really quick. So I bought these little jars from IKEA and ordered these stickers from Amazon. They're pre-printed, which were really nice. So I'll link them down in the description box for you. I used the little funnels that I also picked up from IKEA and moved all of my spices into these cute little jars. So I didn't get to organize them in the exact way that I wanted to. I want to get some little shelf risers, like the 3-tiered ones. That way I can utilize this space to its full potential. So this is the cabinet I decided on for my spices. The top shelf is holding my flours and sugars, and anything extra that didn't fit into the jars is just stored behind. I did pick up some of these 3-tiered shelves from Dollar Tree, but they were really warped. So my spices slid off and it made a huge mess. So I just stored them without, but I would like to find some better quality ones because it would make a lot more sense for the spices, so that way all of the labels will be at eye level instead of having to move things around or pick them up from the second row to see what you're trying to find. So this cabinet went through a lot of rearranging. I think I had to change this cabinet around probably like 3 or 4 times. So my final cabinet is what used to be my spice cabinet. It is now going to be the home to my baking supplies, teas, and coffees. So thankfully I'm addicted to Dollar Tree and I have a bunch of bins that haven't been used yet. So I pulled these out of my closet and used one to hold my teas and the other to hold my food coloring and sprinkles, things like that. And it worked out really nicely to be able to house all of the small things together in one area. And just a reminder, if you are new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below as well as the notification bell so you'll be notified anytime I post a new video just like this one. Alright guys, everything is finished and this is the final product. All of my cabinets are looking decluttered and organized, and I'm in love with how everything came out. I truly hope that you found some motivation from today's video to tackle your own kitchen. Let me know in the comments down below what you checked off of your to-do list. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up so I know to make more like this one in the future. And be sure to hit the subscribe button. I hope you enjoyed. As always, thank you so much for watching.